Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you're doing great. And in this video, we're going to see some additional functionality about email. So it could be like how to add an address in the CC and BCC. So how we can recognize the recipients or in CC and BCC in SOST. Along with that, we have some table content where it confirms, okay, these are the IDs or went in CC and BCC concept. Okay. Along with that, I'll show you how to add an attachment while sending an email. So these are the three things which we are going to see in this video. Let's get into the slide. So these are the basic steps to send an email. You need sender, receiver, type of email, subject and body of a message. And today we're going to see BCC, CC and attachment. Okay, I'm going to continue with the program which I have explained in the previous video because I don't want to waste your time. Again, I don't want to create everything from scratch. Okay. And then the idea is for CC and BCC is, as you are aware, we have to identify the exact method and the parameters to pass the value. Then rest that will take care from the standard class and methods. So to make your one of your email ID as CC or BCC, whatever it is. So then what I had to do was there is a method which we have already used to add a recipient, to add a receiver. Is nothing but add underscore recipient is a method which is a part of the class CL underscore BCS. So we have used with parameters what is the receiver name, means email address, and the parameter we have used is I underscore express equal to X. So in that method, we have other optional parameters. One is I underscore copy that represent CC, and another one is I underscore blind copy which represents BCC. So because this method is going to call for every recipient if it is multiple, so you can decide which one coming under CC and which are coming under BCC. So once you have enabled this, normally we won't enable CC and BCC for the same recipient. So once you have enabled, what happens, you can able to identify the CC and BCC in the SOST transaction. Okay, so that is nothing but if it is a copy, you can mention this express copy. Before that, means the previous video you have seen or noticed, if it is an express, then there is a send attribute mentioned as an express in SOST, one of the property. And if it is a blind copy, sorry, if it is a copy, it mentioned express copy. If it is a blind, obviously you won't find that particular blind recipient in SOST because it should not visible. Okay, even that is not visible in SOST transaction. So one step ahead if you want to confirm it. Otherwise it's very simple. You can execute, it will come to reach the external address. In that level you can able to see which is in 2, which is in CC, which is in hidden mode. So then you can consider those are in BCC. But one more step you can able to check in SOOS table. Okay, so not it's a table. So if there is a table, there is a column called blind copy, and that is going to be identified as X, updated as X if you send any email address in BCC concept. So that is the way, or that is a place where you can reconfirm it. Yes, there is an email address which is coming under BCC column also. Okay, so these are the technical details about how to make an email in CC and BCC columns. Okay, and then attachment settings. So attachments also I prefer make the attachments in two steps. So it's just create an attachment in SAP or ABAP. If you want to make an attachment, you need, it's a binary, it needs to be converted into a binary level, a binary format. So once you get the binary content of a file, then that will be easy to attach or send as a file to the third party system, to, I mean, it's at least outside of your program. Okay, so that's what we are going to make it here. It's very simplest way, or we very much aware is nothing but smart forms. So you are able to convert the smart forms into PDF, and there is a format to retrieve the binary content of your PDF file. Okay, so that is the thing which I'm going to use in this particular scenario. So once you have a binary content, so the source could be anything. It may be a smart form, or it may be you have to read it from your drive, whatever it is. But finally, you need a binary content. Once you get the binary content, then you can send, or you can just create a file whatever you want. So the first step of attaching a file is get a file and get the binary content of the file. Once you get the binary content of the file, and we have a class called CL document BCS. In the previous video, we used this object to create a document along with the subject and the body of your message. In that, there is a method called add attachment. Okay, so I'm going to use the method called add attachment with these parameters. What is the attachment type? It's a PDF. And what is the attachment size? We have a function module which calculates the size of the file along with the binary content. So we are going to make use of that function module to get the file size. And then attachment subject. So this is the hard-coded, or you can dynamically populate it. This is the name of your attachment. So what if you want to give a name, file 1, file 2, file 3, or some relevant name, then you have to give the name of the attachment to this parameter. And finally, the binary content, whatever you have converted or whatever you have received as a binary content of the file, that needs to be passed in this I_att content hex parameter of this method. So once you have passed this, yes, we are good enough to attach the file in your body of your message, means in your email, not body of your message, in your email. And finally, what I have to do was this needs to be at the last. So previously I have mentioned I have used this particular method set document maybe before receivers and everything. So that's fine, because that is an independent one, because receiver I'm not going to add over here. So now the preferable is, once you have attachment, this particular object needs to be set as a document, needs to be passed as one of the parameter for the method set document. So preferable is keep this line at the end of your coding part, okay, if you have an attachment. So once you've done, very simple, your program is done and just execute it. It will create an email along with your attachments. Okay, so these are the steps is required for CC, BCC and an attachment. So we'll see same thing in the program also. In this program I am going to use this one, and I have already created it because I think I explained it one or twice the same step, so I don't want to again spend much time on this. So I'm having a smart form, so I'm going to call the smart form, and this function module obviously gives the dynamic function module name. And then I'm going to call the function module which saved in this variable, just call my smart forms. And then I'm going to have convert OTF is going to be convert my smart form into PDF. And then for this function module has a parameter which gives the readable data. So with the help of that, I'm going to convert maybe the X string data, and then I'm going to convert the X string into a binary with the help of this function module. So here one of the few steps to be added is the control parameters, because I don't want the print preview window to be enabled whenever I am executing this program, because here I need to convert a form into a PDF and send as an attachment. I don't know the print preview option. That needs to be included in the control parameter options. Okay, there is an option like no preview equal to X, no dialog equal to X. So many things we have to add it, and then send it to the one of the parameter, control parameter, to your function module of your smart forms. Okay, so these are the steps which I am going to use in the part of the email program. Okay, anything else? No, nothing. So let's get into this system. This is the same program I just copied and just named as _2, the same program which I explained in the previous video. I'm going to just extend the same for my today's property CC, BCC and attachment. So I have added 3 hard-coded email to the receivers. Normally it should be dynamic, that more comfortable. Okay, so keep in real time, keep all the receivers a dynamic way of source to get the values. And then these are the same things. So create documents, so you have to use under CL doc BCS, same class we are going to use for adding an attachment also. So first we are going to see CC and BCC. So sender, or who's the sender, and you have to use the request to create the object reference with the help of create persistent method. And then sender request, this plays a major role, meaning it's going to this object reference belongs to CL underscore BCS class. So this is going to set the sender, receiver, and then finally send an email as well. Okay. So here this is a part. What I'm going to do was here normally I execute, if the execute program, it creates three receptant which is not classified as it's a CC or BCC, everything coming under express only. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a small kind of calculations or manipulation. Maybe the index level, I'm going to grab the index, and then maybe index 1 is express, index 2 is CC, index 3 is BCC, because I have three receivers in my program. So let me have an index side tabx. Okay, so if my index equals 1, so let it go by express, there's no change. Okay, so else if my, so sometimes what happens, we have a classifications, maybe the CC and BCC might be maintained differently. So that is easy, to go the index level. So all depends on how you want to maintain your data. Okay, index is 3, or I can say else parts or whatever it is. And okay. So second email ID to be in CC, and third ID in BCC. So before that, I'll show you the parameters of this method and signature. So here you have an option called copy, send copy, blind copy, send as blind copy, BCC. So this is CC and this is BCC. These are the two parameters which I'm going to use under the method called add recipient. So here second one, I'm going to send the information as control space bar I copy X, and third one is going to be I blind copy equals X. Okay, so it's done. Activate it and then execute it. So there is no output. Okay, so let's go to SOST. Okay, so here I have three emails, check, ABAP, and Ganesh. So just click display, okay, and go to recipient list. So we have only two, as I mentioned, BCC it's not going to show in SOST also, and the first one, I think this is a normal one, express, and double click here, it shows express copy. Okay, so this is one of the way to confirm yes, the recipients are placed in the correct fields to CC and BCC, and the other one SAP is not displayed here because that is that is the third one, not SAP, it's a check, I believe. um, yeah, the third one is says checkers, the third email recipient, so that is not, that is coming under BCC field. So to confirm this means one more confirmation, because we need to understand yes exactly, let's go to CC. You have an option called AC16. It's another way, if you execute it, I'm not able to execute this because there is some configuration missing. If you say execute, and if you add a known email ID, that is also you can able to test yes this email ID received, even though if you added in the BCC column. So SOOS, so we need to add some informations here. So raw as a class mostly, and to get other information, so go to your email, go back and double click any of the emails. I'm going to display all the three, right? I'm going to get this information. So object here is 47, object number is 1328. So that is common. 1328 is common for all the three recipient. So 47 and this object number. So here 47 and object number executed. Program executed. So you'll have three different rows are displayed here. And to confirm this, change layouts and copy, blind copy, sender's copy also. So I want this and blind copy also. I want to just check. So I moved to the first columns. So here you can see the first one is empty because it's express. I believe there is no CC and BCC, and the second one is CC, and third data is in BCC. Okay. So if you double click, you'll get some more informations here, some technical informations about your email content here. Okay. So this is one of the place where you just confirm, yes, I have sent the information exactly what the business expects. Okay. And one more I have to mention here is you can mention like I want to send as a copy partition order than express option, so you can command it. So meaning express is also an optional parameter, so you can just try this as well. So then what happens? It shows only copy, not the express copy. So execute and then go to SOST, then refresh. Okay, I believe this is the one. I'm sorry. Select and display the recipient list. So this is it's a copy, and if you see it's a express. So it's not an express copy because I decided to just go with a copy, not with an express option. Okay. So now we'll go to the attachment and over here. So attachments, I want to show you few things which already I've added in the program, because that is nothing but smart form, calling the smart form and added, converted to a PDF, get the data and convert it into a binary content. So that particular part is I have already added, but I'll show you the code whatever I have added over here. Okay. So for the attachment, these are the things which we required. Okay, so what is the data? It's like what is the function to capture the function module name and the size, binary file size, and what is the file that is actually giving an string format. So we have some few parameters to be make it ready before writing the code in the down. And then we need some internal tables, OTF data. This is actually the data which gives from using the convert OTF function module, and then this carries the exact data, which is this is give it's actually a deep structure format. So from there I have to carry the data in a different internal table, and I need few things like lines, binary tab, which is coming in the X string to binary format conversion. Okay, and these are the control parameter for the smart forms. Like I don't want the preview or dialog box when I execute my program, so for that I have used these two, and these are the informations. Okay, so probably I have to take a different video on this part because this coming under the smart forms playlist. So I'll give a very detailed one over there. So here I mentioned very clearly I don't want dialog, the preview is space, and the destination is a local print, whatever it is, because these needs to be added before executing your program. So those are ready, and the first step is SSO function module, and this is the one of the smart forms we have tried a lot of times. Explained in our video, and that is a smart form name, and I have to receive the function module of the smart form. And once it is received, the two control parameters and output options to be added in the exporting parameter of your function module called the smart forms, and that needs to be received some informations in a different format. So that is for that I used the internal table IT OTF data, and then from this, as I mentioned, it has one more deep internal table, so that is going to be received in a different internal table IT OTF. Okay, so these are already declared here. Okay, so the different formats. Okay, then after that I'm going to use this is the input for convert OTF function module, and the format should be PDF. I'm converting the smart form into PDF, And these are the receiving parameters. What is a binary file size, and what is a file. And then this is I'm sending actually OTF I'm sending, and this is the receiving parameters IT lines. And finally this is the function module which I'm going to convert the X string. So this is I'm going to receive as an X string, and that is going to be here as X string, and that is going to be converted into a binary with the help of this function module. So file name, whatever we receive, not a file name, whatever you receive as an X string, we have to pass as an export parameter, and that gives the binary format of your file. Okay, so that is going to be received in your internal table, IT binary data. And finally, this is the one which I mentioned. So use the set document at the end. So before these two, I have to include a method called add attachment. So add attachment is going to be a part of the class, the first one which I used, create document, this one. So it has a method called add attachments. So let me see the method and its parameters. So it's a lot. Okay, so here and click parameters, and it has attachment type, subject, size, language, and only these two are mandatory, rest all optional. So we are going to use very simple one. What is attachment and subject, and or what is that one? X. Okay, over here. So this is going to be the content of your binary binary data of your file. So these are things which we are going to use it. So that needs to be called with the help of an object or DOCU, and that is CL document BCS. Let's call that one over here. Okay, so Control F6, ABAP object patterns, continue. So these are the parameters which I have to pass, my instance, and then what's your class, and then method. Continue. So I have to send what is that type, PDF, and what is the subject. So subject is nothing but name of the attachment. I can say it's a PO document. So just a hard code that you can add whatever is required as per the requirement. So size is going to be my file size, and this I'm going to use my binary data. So in my ABAP code, probably you might noticed I didn't used or enable the exceptions in the methods or even in the function module, because I want to show you the code very in short. That is the reason. But in real time, always keep the exceptions on. Okay, so it's done. It's active. Expecting if I execute now, it creates an attachment in my email. Okay, so this is the first one. I have moved to the last. Just create set document, and document equal to object USU. That's it, and send. These are the common. The previous one I didn't change anything on here. Activate and execute. It's done. So let me go to SOST back, refresh. Okay, then execute, display your email, and yes, you have an attachment here, and you have one more tab. It's called the attachments here. Okay, so anywhere you can able to open it, just click document contents. It should be just click your document. Oh, the document, it just open in a PDF format, and yes. Okay, so maybe you might remember these are things which we used when the smart forms playlist. So just an output from my email. Okay, so this is the way which we used CC BCC concept, also attachment of your file. So basic stuff would be get the binary informations of your file, and it's very easy to attach in your email. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. It could be useful for you. Just play around. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye.